the baby sleeping?
Nah.
I don't care. What?
How do we get?
Hey! What are you doing here?
Yo!
Oh,
Hey!
whoa,
Hey!
whoa,
Hey!
whoa,
Whoa!
whoa,
Hey! We're making a
Hold on.
great!
Oh my god! I told you!
I thought you living here for free?
Nah.
We're coming in there!
It started with strange noises, soft footsteps, distant humming, and baby cries echoing through the walls of Lucas and Marcus's brand new house. One night, they followed the sounds to the basement and found something horrifying: a hidden room. Inside was a crib, a dirty mattress, and an ultrasound photo labeled, "He's almost here." Then they saw her, Creepyman's pale, pregnant girlfriend, standing silently in the shadows. Before they could run, Creepyman appeared behind them, whispering, "Thanks for the nursery." The brothers escaped, but it didn't end there. Cameras glitched, walls bled strange symbols, and each night the cries grew louder. One night their house shook as Creepyman returned, this time holding a baby. He screamed, "This is our home now!" Chaos erupted. Windows shattered, fire burst from the walls, and their dream home crumbled in flames. Lucas and Marcus barely escaped. But a final message was left behind. "The baby's growing, we'll be back." It all started on a quiet Tuesday morning. Lucas was sipping orange juice at the kitchen island when he noticed a strange, mildew-like smell coming from the guest room. At first, he brushed it off as something old from the air vents. But when Marcus came down rubbing his eyes and said he heard whispers in the hallway during the night, Lucas grew alert. The Dobre brothers had just moved into this house 2 weeks ago. Fresh construction, state-of-the-art security. Nothing should be broken or creepy. But that scent and those whispers were far too real. Later that day, Lucas decided to check the guest room more carefully. Everything looked normal, until he noticed a corner of the carpet slightly lifted. Curious, he tugged on it, revealing a wooden door built into the floor beneath. He called Marcus over, and together, they pried it open. A narrow spiral staircase descended into darkness. They exchanged glances, heartbeats quickening, and slowly climbed down. The air grew colder with every step. At the bottom, they entered a dimly lit room that didn't show up on the blueprints. The walls were damp and covered in faded drawings, symbols they didn't recognize, drawn in what looked like rust or old blood. In the corner, a mattress lay on the ground, with dirty blankets and empty water bottles nearby. But what truly sent chills down their spines was what sat on a makeshift nightstand, an ultrasound photo. Lucas picked it up carefully. On the back, scribbled in red ink, it read, "She's due soon. We need peace." Next to the photo was a gal's cracked phone showing an old picture of Creepyman, his terrifying grin unmistakable. Marcus staggered back. "No, don't tell me. He's been living here? With someone?" Lucas nodded slowly. "Not just someone. He has a pregnant girlfriend. In our house." They rushed back upstairs and immediately installed cameras, changed all the locks, and activated every sensor they could. But that night, as they sat reviewing footage, every screen glitched at the same time. Then the cameras went dark. A loud bang echoed upstairs. Lucas and Marcus sprinted up, only to find a woman standing at the end of the hallway. She looked sickly pale, with long black hair and a bloated belly. She didn't speak, just stared with hollow eyes. And then behind her, he emerged, Creepyman. His twisted smile never wavered as he whispered, "Thanks for the house." The brothers panicked and bolted downstairs, barely managing to escape through the garage and drive off. They didn't stop until they reached Funnymike's place 2 hours away. The moment they told him what happened, he grabbed his car keys. "That freak again? Let's go. I'm not letting this slide." The three of them returned the next morning with backup flashlights and baseball bats. The house was dead silent. But something had changed. All the furniture had been moved, the couches were gone. The kitchen looked untouched for days. Upstairs, in Marcus's bedroom, was a crib. Not an empty one, a real crib, with diapers, baby bottles, and a note pinned above it that read, "He's almost here." Lucas stepped back. They're nesting like they own the place. That's when a sound echoed from the wall, a faint cry, not a full baby wail, just a sharp, quick squeal. They turned toward the hallway just as the lights began to flicker. Suddenly, the bedroom door slammed shut on its own, trapping them. Inside. Bang, bang, bang. The sound came from the closet. Marcus slowly crept toward it, hand trembling. As he swung the door open, a horrifying doll tumbled out, eyes glowing red. It began repeating the phrase, "Daddy's coming home." The trio rushed out of the house and called the police. But when they returned later with officers, the crib was gone. The walls were clean. No sign of anything strange. Just a baby blanket on the floor, still warm. The Dobre brothers decided to stay in a hotel while planning their next move. But Creepyman had other plans. One night, Lucas stepped into the hallway of the hotel and found a note taped to the wall outside their door. In red ink, it read, "We miss our room. We're coming back." That night, their home security app sent an alert, movement detected. They watched the live feed in horror as Creepyman and his pregnant girlfriend walked through the house like they still lived there. She caressed the walls lovingly. He looked directly at the camera and whispered, "You can't evict us. This is where our child will be born." Lucas and Marcus decided it was time to take back their home. Alongside Funnymike, they planned an all-night stakeout. They set up decoys, noise traps, and hid in the attic with flashlights and walkie-talkies. At exactly 3:12 a.m., the lights dimmed. A door creaked open downstairs, then another. Soon, soft footsteps echoed through the house. Lucas held his breath as he peeked through the attic slats. Creepyman was carrying a bundle, wrapped in blankets. The baby was here. Behind him, the woman limped along, pale and shaky, mumbling a lullaby. Suddenly, the baby began to cry. Loudly, then violently, Creepyman looked up toward the attic. "We're not alone," he hissed. Before they could react, the floor below them burst upward. A long wooden beam shattered the attic panel, knocking Marcus back. Funnymike lunged forward and pushed Lucas toward the exit. "Go, get out!" They climbed down frantically as Creepyman climbed up. His girlfriend laughed hysterically below, rocking the bundle. "He's born! He's finally born!" The house shook as they raced down the hallway. Windows shattered, lights exploded. The smell of smoke filled the air. As they reached the front door, fire burst from the kitchen. Creepyman had set the house ablaze. They barely escaped in time, collapsing on the lawn as flames devoured their brand new home. Fire trucks arrived minutes later, but it was too late. The house was gone. The police never found the couple or the baby. They claimed the fire was electrical,